man with many cheeses?
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes. Quiet day on the market, it seems.
Heavenly herring! Delicious dogfish!
So you're just hanging around the inn, are you? Waiting for what?
You there! A moment of your indulgence, if you please. You are the source hunter, are you not? The hero the whole of Sicil is abuzz about. The talk of the town. The juiciest grape on the grapevine. Such a pleasure to meet you. A delight.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Tell me, Alistair, have you ever had the fortune of challenging the fabled wizard of Hunter's Edge?
Please do keep shouting.
They say he's privy to ancient and arcane secrets, the likes of which I doubt you could even fathom, old friend. So you're just hanging around the inn, are you? Waiting for what, exactly?
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Oh, you think you can speak that way to us? Well, suffice to say it, I've got my eye on you, Baron.
I am a duke.
Come now, Alistair. Surely you've met your match once or twice.
Heavenly herring! Delicious dogfish! Yours for a scratch on.
Look, careful now. Your head's growing more swollen than saffrons, I dare say. Oh, my good man. Drink, you please.
Please do
Eat a
keep
big
shouting.
cheese on your brook with a wheel of the good stuff.
Whatever happened to that troop of eager imbeciles?
Not in the mood for cheese.
Right, so you're just hanging around the inn, are you? Waiting for what, exactly?
When you realize yours of you won't be well, that
Oh, you think you can speak that way to us? Well, suffice to say it, I've got my eye on you, Baron.
I am a duke. Potato-eating peasant.
Fresh haddock! Perfect for a fry-up.
Not in the mood for cheese. That excuse is more holes than the
Tell
size
me,
of this fine
Alistair,
almond.
have you ever had the fortune of challenging the fabled wizard of Hunter's Edge?
Fortune! Ha!
Oh, my good man.
Not in the mood for cheese.
They say he's privy to ancient and arcane secrets, the likes of which I doubt you could even fathom, old friend.
Not in the mood for cheese. That excuse is more holes than the
So
size
you're
of this
just
No, scratch that. Mendius. Oh, it's...
Potatoes!
You owe that.
Oh, you think you can speak that way to us? Well, suffice to say it, I've got my eye on you, Baron.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Of course I do. How could someone in my profession not?
Quite right. Adventure is what we...
See here. You... too bad your line of work comes with such meat.
This batch is only hours from the sea.
Riches do not interest me.
Nor me.
Oh, but I know you're just... Even so, my friend, matters of a pecuniary nature...
There is no shame in following directives if your masters are worthy of your trust.
The inn, are you? Waiting for what, exactly?
Join the Spud
Oh,
Club
thank
if
you
you've
for
got an
leaving
eye
me
for
be,
farm
you old
potatoes.
bat.
Oh, you
True enough. We serve a just cause, so
Come now. And that is exactly why I am here. Why fate has put me right by the door to the they call the you like nothing more than to enlist. What now then? Of course, by now, work hard. Fulfill contracts. Enlist new knights, and swiftly shall you rise through the ranks. You will better you. Of course.
Size seals ever seen.
They say you're privy to ancient and arcane
Not in the mood for
the
cheese.
likes of which I doubt
The
you could even
excuse is
fathom.
more
This fabulous five business.
agreed. You came on a little bit too
Oh, how
Ah, hello. I suppose you're here to viciously interrogate me for information I don't have, like our noble Captain Aureus before. I am the Duke of Ferrell, though I suppose my name is in the mouths of enough ruthless gossipers that you've heard of me by now. It's very tragic news. I won't posture and say that the Chancellor and I were anything near allies, but I truly never wished the man harm. Ah, hello. It's very tragic news.
Never saw you in the king crab before. I am Unsinkable Sam. At least that's what they call me around here. Used to be a ship's cat, but the clipper I was on sank, and I was the only one to wrestle himself free from the waves. The people here were kind and took me in, being the king crab's foremost patron ever since. A magnificent ship she was. Used to belong to a pirate, I was told. Unlike me, she didn't prove to be The moment I hit the water, I writhed around like I would on a hot tin roof. By some miracle, I managed to reach so I was. What friends I had. They drowned alongside the rats I used to hunt in the galley. Not that I have it bad here, mind you. I've milk and fish aplenty. Most folks will pet me kindly, and when one of the village girls holds me tight against her ample bosom, I purr up a storm. But I do long for a companion of my own kind, and in that regard, there is no one like Maxine. Maxine, the mayor's darling pet. So gentle, so fair a feline. She likes me. I know she does. But when I declare my love, she backs away. I don't know why. By all means. People make a fuss about them because they endanger the lands around the city. They never bother me when I'm out for my monthly walk, though. But still, I do detest them. I mean, they're so unnatural. Oh, don't mention orcs to me. Worse than dogs, that lot. Sank Walrus Willie's boat right from under him. Best anchovy fisher in the world he was. A loss to us all.
Oh, you think you can... Back, demon! Back, or I'll... Well, what's this? Oh, Medora, you lummox. 1,000 pardons, comrade. This old bear... I'll tell you, it sure does me good to set eyes on another of our order. From Academy West, aren't you? Give Captain Wartruce my regards next time you see him. You wouldn't. I trained up in Academy North, after all. We don't cross paths with you Westies all that often, but it's always a pleasure. Medora's the name. Retired, or so the Order keeps trying to tell me, but never out of commission. My hand to your cause and my sword at your side. Heavens hornets! That's quite a story, comrade. And see, I'm here on, well, let's call it a loan from a town to the north of here. Hunter's Edge by... There's been an attack there, comrade. Orcs. Not your run-of-the-mill savages either, but ones who've taken dark magic to new heights. What they want in Hunter's Edge, I can't say, but it's my responsibility to send them packing. Preferably with their... I came south seeking the Legion's help, only to find it tied here in Sicil. They don't have a spare soldier to send northward, and even in my finest form, I can't clear the place of that many orcs by the skin of my teeth, comrade. The savages were rounding up villagers when one of them activated a tripwire on our village wizard's property. Fortunately for me, That particular wizard has a penchant for things that go boom in the night. I managed to wrench free of my captor's grip and flee toward the forest. He pursued me for miles, but I'd lost him before I made it into the Sicil hinterlands. Well, comrade, I hadn't thought of it till you tapped my shoulder just now. But perhaps that's where you come in. I need a contingent I can trust if I'm to take back the town. And the way I see it, you could use reinforcements here in town. I've been scouting Sicil for some time now, and I believe I've sussed out sufficient intel to help solve the murder. Well, you know the old expression. 2's a tea party, 3's an invasion. I know this place.
Come now, Alistair.
A fantastic plan, with 3 source hunters working in tandem.
Another source hunter on the team will make us all the more formidable against this wicked magic.
That's the spirit. Listen closely now. Do you hear it? That's the sound of every orc and sorcerer and...
What have we here? A source hunter, is it? Well, my day just became rather more stimulating. Oh, stand still then, if you don't mind. I want to take a good... Tall as an elf, strong as an orc, but your face... Quite classical, isn't it? Statuesque, some might say. Yes, and my word, what passion burns from your eyes. Please forgive my being forward, but I dare say, can it be? I am Anna, jewel in the crown that is the fabulous 5. I've cut 1,000 throats, and baked 1,000 bread rolls, stolen the crown jewels of the Queen of Arata, and, with my pockets full, helped her reach enlightenment. When the day comes that I die, the gods will evacuate the heavens to make space for my formidable collection of designer slippers. I contain multitudes, you see, and I am utterly replete. Except that, much to my dismay, I had as yet to find the companion to whom my heart so cleaved. But then, Source Hunter, you wandered into this tavern, and that I have. For nearly a lifetime, it seems. Well, I'm sure you must know what I mean. I believe I have found that component, that body, that spirit within you, Source Hunter. Come, if ever we are to be united. Yes, you must join the Fabulous 5 right away, as soon as time permits. Together, as a team.
Sorry, I've run out of signed handkerchiefs. An Alistair keyring, maybe. In any case, make it quick. What do you mean, not familiar? You expect me? Why? I'm only the most famous wizard this side of the distance. Although, it'd be worth checking the other side too, just in case. And don't forget, I'm the most eminent member of the Fabulous 5 to boot. Surely you already know we've been those nasty beasts are hardly worth my time. Though I suppose...
Ah, pointless chatter with strangers does so thrill me. How curious of you to show interest in a lonesome stranger at the bar. Let me answer by saying that who I am is hardly any of your business, and anyone with an ounce of tact would have known that already. Can I tell you? I suppose I can, and I could, but...
Zimbladore! Me? Yes, that is... Oh... Hearty welcome to the king. Psst. Mind if we keep our voices down over that sensitive subject? Death and Dark Councillor Jake. That poor man. I knew too much about his affairs, you know. Never figured it my business to say anything, but after all that's happened, I wonder if that weren't a grave mistake. Esmeralda's longest-standing lover has the audacity to remain lodged at this very inn, you know. He's called the Duke of Ferrell, a high title for a low man. If you haven't yet asked him about Esmeralda, I'd recommend it. That room where it happened, it was rented to a certain woman, though I regret to say I can't say exactly who. This inn isn't in the business of asking many questions, if you know what I mean. She came heavily cloaked, but paid the full sum in advance. I was used to such transactions after many similar concerning a certain Esmeralda. Figured this were just more at same. I saw one other figure go into the room that night. Someone tall, built broad like a man, but shrouded the same as she. Again, standing I was startled awake by a horrendous hubbub shortly after midnight. I jumped up and grabbed me grandpappy's machete, bleary-eyed in a washing fright. By the time I burst into that room, it was horribly silent. There was only Jake on the floor, dead. Whoever done it has escaped through the window. But I saw nary a soul when I looked out. You can bet I hightailed it to the Legion barracks faster than a jackrabbit after that. Well, between you and me, things have been rather slow since the, incident. But we spirit the names they've had. All you see...
Concerns myself with such things.
You'll be concerned enough when you realize that reward money won't be lining your pockets. Ah, hello. Yes, she and I have a history. That's hardly a secret anymore. I quite doubt it was even a secret from Jake while he lived. As easy as it would be to pin suspicions on Esmeralda or I assure you that the affair was never so steamy and sordid as Jake and Esmeralda had no great affection for each other. He had his interests, she had hers, and there was little passion left between them. Certainly not. It's very... Fortune!
Greetings, traveller. And may the Immaculate Conduit's myriad blessings... What's in a name, dear friend? For we... You mean you haven't heard? Steel yourself, friend. For your mortal spirit could be forever transformed from this by following her instructions and becoming initiated into the one way we can each of us. She came from on high to we mortals and showed us the path to the goddess, where all living souls are naturally inclined. She showed us that injury and malady are there among her go on the path to the...
But I thought they'd been banished after the death of the Source King.
Immaculate. Haven't heard of their kind, but I don't like the sound of them.
Greetings, Source Hunter. Stop right there.
Greetings, greetings! Oh, you are most welcome in my chamber. Customers rarely find me up here, that I am. I have spent more of my life... You wouldn't believe some of the things I... Oh, but let us not discuss. Let us browse and barter. How gratifying to see you return. You are quickly becoming my favorite customer.
Move along.
Whatever happened to that troop of eager imbeciles we sent to the northern cave?
Do I seem like the sort of...
Watch out! I smell... the fierce stench of frightened source goblin.
Actually, I think that's only roast pig.
Yes, of course. This time.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Let us see if you can choose them.
What? Oh, it's you. Come closer then. Closer, my elf? What elf? Oh, myself. I am Cecil, Mayor of Sicil, and husband of the stately Cecilia. I've been the mayor here for decades, and I'm quite eager to see Sicil through these difficult times. Yes, very difficult times indeed. Oh, what? Oh, you mean Sicil? Very difficult times indeed. As though the death of Jake, and by source magic no less, weren't enough. We're also facing all sorts of the undead have overrun all but one northern trade route, while the orcs are making a habit of savaging our... That's not to mention that at the top of this whole caboodle, there's rumors of some new religious sect or cult or some such sticking its tendrils into the... And, while we're on the subject of troubles, I myself have a private matter I'd like to bring to your attention. It involves Jake murdered? Oh, yes. Yes, now I recall. Indeed. I could hardly believe it myself. The Council and I have certainly had our differences over the years, but old squabbles evaporate under such circumstances. Most of the townsfolk are certain Jake's wife Esmeralda is responsible. In fact, the Legion have taken her into protective custody to keep her safe from the mob. As you can imagine, I've known Esmeralda for years. That business between her and the Duke of Ferrol was always a bit, suggestive. But I've never had cause to suspect her of violence. An all-right bloke, apart from all this Esmeralda nonsense. The whole town knows the only goal of his business trips to Sicil is to spend a night or two at the King Crab Inn with Mrs. Counselor. What? The undead? Yes, for the past 2 years those blasted skeletons have all but suffocated this city. With all but one trade route overrun, Sicil's... What of what now? Ah, you mean the Staff of Pergamon. Yes, yes. I was expecting a shipment of weapons, and among the cargo was this very powerful, very rare staff. Cecil proved an old fool, though. For the merchant slated to deliver it to me has just informed me that the damn thing has gone missing. I fear it may have fallen into the wrong hands, and his name is Conrad, captain of the Tide Splitter, a merchant ship still docked at the Sicil harbor. You can talk to the staff itself contains a shard of an ore, highly valued for its use in the weapons of war. I know use of the material to be forbidden, but I was desperate to do something to aid the townsfolk against the undead. Well, I do believe that's something your parents ought to have discussed with you long ago, Source Hunter. But I suppose if... you see, when a lady and a fellow find each other rather nice... Oh, this is nonsense. I'm the mayor for the 7th sake. I can't be bothered to chat all day. That depends. What kind of berries are you interested in? Ah, the library. Yes, yes, you must have a visit. It's the marvelous.
I knew that dark-dealing old man dabbled in source. To the gallows, I say.
The gallows?
What? Oh, yes. This library, my Victoria, has every volume you could possibly imagine. And she's got every speck of information about this place packed. Yes. Victoria's come a long way from that little bundle of claws and teeth I adopted so long ago. It brings a tear to my eye just seeing her here among her beloved books. What? Oh, yes, yes. I'll be on my way back downstairs now. Please introduce yourself. I know Victoria will be happy to make your acquaintance.
And a first edition, too. Most promising. Omnes autem mali demonis quam. What? What is this? Who are you to interrupt my musings? By Naga the Protector, they have the manners of boors, these boatmen of Sicil. Oh, but perhaps I spoke too soon. Perhaps I was mistaken. For you hardly resemble the local fisher folk, which No. A source hunter, that is what you are. Yes, a stalker of sorcery, a chaser of charms pernicious. In truth, I cannot go so far as to say it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I would tell you my reasons, but it seems rather pointless to do so, seeing that quite clearly there is no room left in your band of adventure.
Ready to advance, ready to defend. But what'll you do if a parliament of polymorphed...
The Source Hunter. Have you come to your senses? Why, simply because you now... I hate what I hunt, but I respect its cunning. Should I not, I'd have been decimated, body and soul, long since. This is a sentiment I'm quite certain you must recognize. Let there be strength in cunning, yes, but also in numbers. The calculus of wizardry I offer you, the might of the magician's mastermind. On one condition, that on our joint travels we will never deal with demonic entities, no matter how tempting their propositions. Give me your word on this, and I'll weave you spells.
Stentikun. Esmeralda does have a propensity for all things naughty, hasn't she?
Very well. There will be no deals with demons.
Agreed. Nothing good ever came from bargaining with those devils anyway.
Most gratifying. I see you are firm of purpose and...
Urak! What mayhem! In the name of Amun-Hor, I bid thee Tujda Geta Hal, be welcome, human. My library is yours, as I hope your friend... I am Victoria, daughter of Mayor Cecil. Oh, I know what you're thinking. The likeness isn't exactly striking, is it? When I was very young, you see, I must have been cast out by my tribe, for I was found in a wicker basket floating past Sicile toward the sea. The fisherman who found me would have drowned me on the spot, for I am an orc after all. But praise be Amon-Hor, dear Cecil was among the gathered crowd, and he took pity on the exiled infant that chance had put in his way. He raised me like I was his own, this kindest of souls, taught me the language of men, their customs and their letters. Thus, I became the city's librarian, a position I uphold with no small diligence and pride. Indeed you may. The wisdom I here hoard is yours to peruse and even take with you. All I can ask is that you return the books you borrow so that others may enjoy them too. A source hunter! Me? I live alone here in town. Used to be that my younger brother Tom and I were practically joined at the hip, but that's all changed now. Oh, he's always been something of a rascal, calling his petty hooliganism adventuring and endlessly worrying my poor mind. Oh, but of course, I've always loved that scamp to bits. For my part, I encouraged him to join the Legion. Even got him sparring with Captain Aureus now and then. But then those that band of... I don't even know what to call them. Well, they're his heroes, and I simply couldn't prevent him from going to see them. That one meeting was all it took for Tom to run off with them on some... The knight in see-through armour, Princess Buttercup with the blushing bottom, Stenteken. Esmeralda does have a propensity for all things naughty, hasn't she?
Lucky find!
Knight in see-through armour, Princess Buttercup with the blushing bottom, Stenteken. Esmeralda does have a propensity for all things naughty, hasn't she? Volume 1, Volume 2. But where has the third one gone? Shatsu. Sometimes I think these books sprout little legs in the night.
What's that gleam?
Knight in see-through armour, Princess Buttercup with the blushing bottom, Stenteken. Esmeralda does have a propensity for all things naughty, hasn't she? Who placed this book here? A volume of poetry among novels? Urak! What mayhem! Volume 1, Volume 2. But where has the third one gone? Shatsu. Sometimes I think these books sprout little legs in the night. The knight in see-through armour, Princess Buttercup with the blushing bottom, Stenteken. Esmeralda does have a propensity for all things naughty, hasn't she? Tujjageta, friend. Tujjageta, friend.
Oh, golly gosh! One who flaunts the highways and byways of silly old Sicile with the easy elegance of a puss with her tail in the air. I do declare such a sight is rather rare around here. But where are my manners? I am Maxine, and you must be one of those hunters one hears so much about. Brrr, I'm the mayor's cat, don't you know? Born and raised on velvets and viands of most exquisite varieties. Maxine rhymes with queen, after all, and dear. Oh, he's a darling old Tom, isn't he? Paws over tails in love with me, and who can blame him? The feeling's, well, it's rather mutual, actually. But that pet of a puss simply doesn't have a penny to his name. At the risk of sounding as shallow as a spaniel, I can't but admit my love does not come unconditionally. What if we were to have kittens, he and I? They'd jolly well starve, wouldn't they, with an alley cat for a papa? Oh, dear Sam, he's such a good old bean. But he does rather reside at the bottom of the scratching pole, doesn't he? And dear me, But of course... Oh, this quaint little town. Heavens forbid...
Cats. Such grace they have. Magnificence incarnate.
Not a lot of meat on her, is there? Someone ought to fatten her up. Oh, my gods! What is going on here? First I have to shoo away a creeping white tomcat, and now there's a perfect stranger in my bathroom. Get out, will you? Oh, my gods! What is going on here? First I have to shoo away a creeping white tomcat, and now there's a perfect stranger in my bathroom. Get out, will you? Little mix-up indeed. I am on the trail, Source Hunter. Oh, my gods! What is going on here? First I have to shoo away a creeping white tomcat, and now there's a perfect stranger in my bathroom. Get out, will you? Oh, my gods! What is going on here? First I have to shoo away a creeping white tomcat, and now there's a perfect stranger in my bathroom. Get out, will you? Oh, my gods! What is going on here? First I have to shoo away a creeping white tomcat, and now there's a perfect stranger in my bathroom. Get out, will you? I guess so. I never imagined my bathroom would be such a hub of community activity.
Sigurd's
beard!
was a fight.
No!
If she
soaps and
please.
flowers stink much
This
longer.
Hey!
Stop that! I'll save a leg of something good for when she begins to starve.
Oh, and don't forget the time he got caught passing a love note to the Lizard Councillor's wife.
Is that why we never sail to Yuthel Gore anymore?
What do you think you're doing?
Speaking of youthful gore, that loopy legionnaire really thinks that orchid...
Ahoy, sailor! Aye, that Cecil's worse than a rooster. Crowing all around town about matters he ought to know are better kept quiet. Well, if you know about the staff, I suppose you also know it's gone without a For my part, I haven't a clue where it could have gone. Overboard, stolen, or vanished into thin air. Wouldn't hurt to ask some of my men. I tried myself, but sailors tend to be a bit tight-lipped when they're afraid of getting one another in some trouble.
Chan loves him. Sauce was too busy dodging fireballs to know... Ever hear about the time the captain took the Duchess of Federal's carriage for a joyride?
No, he drove Sauce. Now that you mention it, I noticed Dietmar, a fellow merchant travelling with us, carrying a sealed box off the ship during the attack. At the time, I figured he was just escaping with his personal effects. But it could well have been that staff you're talking about. Well, sure, I saw him slip off the ship, but I haven't a clue where it could possibly be now. Captain Conrad's the man to ask for.
Bertie is still right. Heard anything about the whereabouts of the magic stick yet? What? That weasel has it for sure. But I'll tell you this. I didn't speak of that stuff to a soul on board. If he's the one who took it, he must have known it was on the ship before stepping. I'm sure he'll make a run for it, probably by boat. I'd look for him on an out-of-sight beach somewheres. He's probably there now trying to launch a vessel in private. If he hasn't already escaped, that is.
He drove it straight to the pub and back.
Oh, and don't forget the time he got caught passing a love note to the Lizard Councillor's wife.
Is that why we never sail to Yuthel Gore anymore?
Speaking of youthful gore, that loopy legionnaire...
They're dead.
By the
They
gods!
might have lived
She killed them!
if we hadn't intervened.
By the gods! Those fools are dead! I knew that she-beast would bring disaster. It was that orc! She snapped! Grabbed them, popped their necks, and then ran out of here like a wild beast! I'm only grateful she didn't...
Interesting devices, these pygmies among pyramids. They may be small of stature, but their potential is gigantic. Deceivingly clever. It is a trait all demonic machinations share. Yes, demonic. So very obvious, you do well to treat them with the utmost care. Perhaps it would even be for the best if you sling them into the reaches of infinity that surround the shelter plane. Better safe than sorry. It is an uncommonly trite thing to say, but it applies to all things demon-dreamt and devised. How I pity you. You have a mouth, but do not taste. The very moment you are certain you have them in your grip, that is the moment. Dueling with demons is like playing...
What's that gleam? I don't have the right tool for mining.
These skeletons are always mumbling about Brackus.
May I be valiant as the Lion of Summer.
I need to dry off for a dry shirt.
I'm drenched! Into the fray once more. Into the fray once more.
Sweet relief.